Hi, this is Mr. Dudley. I want to show you a new way I came up with to solve adding mixed numbers problem. It's called the 4S's. Okay, so here's the problem that I want to solve. 2 and 1/3 plus 3 and 5/6. These are mixed numbers with unlike denominators. Okay, so first thing I want to do is to draw quadrants that I'm going to use. First thing here is I'm going to write my problem. 2 and 1/3 plus 3 and 5/6. That's easy. We just rewrote our problem. Okay, the next box is the first S. The first S is we're going to skip count. We're going to skip count. Okay, what I mean by that is I'm going to take the two fractional parts of the mixed numbers and I'm going to skip count them to find common denominators. So I have 1/3 and 5/6. I write the two fractional parts down. 1/3 comes from this mixed number. 5/6 comes from this mixed number. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a few fraction bars. Then I'm going to fill in the blanks. Okay, skip counting means you're just counting by whatever the first number is in the group. So here I'm counting by ones because it's a 1 first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's simple. And then for the denominator, I'm going to count by threes. 3, 6, 9, 12. All four of these fractions are equivalent fractions, and I can use any of those choices and substitute them for 1/3 in my original problem. So I'm going to figure out which one is the best. Now, look here. I've already found a common denominator. 2/6 has a 6 as the denominator, and so does 5/6. So I'm going to use this fraction and this fraction. Okay, that's the first S. We skip counted to find the common denominator. Okay, that's the next two S's go in this box. Okay, the first one is we're going to substitute and solve. Okay, so I'm going to take the two equivalent fractions, or the fractions with common denominators, and I'm going to substitute them for the fractions in the original problem, and I'm going to rewrite that. So down here, I have 2 and 1/3 here, but I'm going to use 2/6 as my equivalent fraction for 1/3. So I'm going to write 2 and 2/6 plus 3 and 5/6. I did not have to substitute this fraction because it already has a 6 as the denominator. Okay, so now I'm set up to add these two mixed numbers. Now I'm going to switch colors to make this a little more clear. Now, the first thing I need to do to solve, the next S is solve. I'm going to add together the two whole numbers and get a 5. Okay, and then the next thing I want to do is switch to green. I'm going to add together the two numerators, and I'm going to get 7. Okay, and finally, one more color. I'm going to take the denominators and leave them alone, and they stay the same. 5 and 7/6. Okay, so that's the first three S's. What do you think the last S is? If you said simplify, you're correct. We're going to simplify over here. Okay, got 4 S's. All right, so I've got 5 and 7/6. Okay, I've got this fractional part here that needs to be simplified. Okay. We're going to divide to simplify, and the top goes in the house. The top always goes in the house whenever you're dividing a fraction. So the top here goes in the house here. All right, 6 goes into 7 one time. 1 times 6 is 6, and then 7 minus 6 is 1. This is a whole number. This is the new numerator. And this is still the denominator. That does not change. So when I rewrite this as a mixed number, it becomes 1 is the whole number. 1 is the new numerator, and 6 is still the denominator. So 7/6 equals 1 1/6. But I can't forget this 5. I need to bring that down as well. And you can write it with an addition symbol in between because we're going to add 5 and 1. So the final answer is 6 1/6. So those are the 4 steps to solving, or the 4 S's to solving a adding mixed numbers problem. We skip counted to find common denominators. We substituted those common denominators, and then we solved by adding the whole numbers and the fractions. And then we simplified because we had an improper fraction, and we got our answer right here, 6 1/6. This also works for subtraction problems, and I'm going to do that on the next video.